First at 4, Tuesday afternoon, I'm meteorologist Andrew Humphrey. A few scattered areas of sprinkles and light rain showers, but much more rain is on the way. I'm tracking it for you, plus the possibility of thunderstorms in your weather forecast.
Brothers reunited after being wrongfully convicted of murder. How the case against them fell apart and one brother's stunned reaction to this happy day. Plus questions about faith and justice, a tense encounter between this senator and this Supreme Court nominee. It's all next, First at 4.
Live from downtown Detroit, Local 4 News First at 4 starts now.
Good afternoon, everybody. I'm Karen Drew. First at 4, we are tracking the radar, and the rain is moving right into Metro Detroit this evening. It could really slow down the drive if you're headed out or perhaps waiting for someone to get home. Let's get right to Andrew Humphrey. What can we expect?
Well, Karen, especially for folks who have a late night at the office or headed out to different events that are happening around town that occur towards sunset and afterward. For now, we've got some scattered sprinkles and light showers, but heavier rain is just on our doorstep, moving into Indianapolis, areas of Indiana, northwest Ohio as well, and it all is streaming in our direction on Storm Tracker 4. As you can see, we have cloudy skies for now. It's chilly out there with 45 degrees. The rain starts to settle in here as we get closer to sunset between 7:30, 8 o'clock, and certainly afterward. We've got temperatures in the low 40s, so bundle up if you're headed out. For example, Red Wings game against Philadelphia. No disruptions as you head toward the game at 6 p.m. for tailgating, or if you arrive when the puck drops at 7 o'clock. But after the game, the ride home is going to be soggy. We'll talk more about this rain for tonight and what it means for tomorrow coming up.
All right, thank you, Andrew. Two brothers wrongfully convicted of murder back in 1997 are free today. And look at the reunion they just had a few hours ago. Oh, those hugs for George and Melvin DeJesus. They are now cleared in the murder of a Pontiac woman after being convicted, mostly on the word of Brandon Gohagan, who got a deal to testify against them. Eventually, his story fell apart. DNA evidence and witness statements cleared the brothers. Melvin DeJesus was overwhelmed by the moment.
I can't even describe how I'm feeling right now because it's just happening so fast. Even all the years that we tried, I just don't know what to say now, you know. It's just, I'm glad I'm here.
Tonight at 6, we're going to take a closer look at the brothers' journey to freedom and also what was uncovered about the man who testified against them. Well, there are some new developments this afternoon in the criminal case against the parents of Ethan Crumbley. He's the teenager accused in the Oxford school shooting. Today, the judge ordering James and Jennifer Crumbley to meet separately with independent attorneys. They currently share a legal team, which could be a conflict of interest. The judge trying to avoid a mistrial, but the Crumbleys will make the final decision on their representation. Both are charged with involuntary manslaughter, accused of providing the gun and not doing enough to stop the high school shooting. The Oakland Hills Country Club received a big vote of confidence that it will bounce back from that devastating fire. The U.S. Golf Association says the club will host the U.S. Open in the years 2034 and 2051. The announcement comes a month after a fire destroyed the course's historic clubhouse. Oakland Hills has played host to the tournament 6 times, the last back in 1996. Oakland Hills will also host a few USGA amateur championships as well.
As you know, an announcement like this is not just for Oakland Hills, it's for the golf community in Michigan, and it's for the great community and sports town of Southeast Michigan with its economic benefit.
The fire department says the cause of the fire is still under investigation, but we have seen construction workers using a propane torch on repairs right before the fire started. The damage estimate for the club is $80 million. Supreme Court nominee Ketanji Brown Jackson spent a long day on the hot seat, facing the first questions in her confirmation hearings. Not surprisingly, Republican and Democratic senators took very different approaches on how they questioned the nominee. Kimberly Gill joins us from the newsroom with some key moments from today. Kim.
Karen, good afternoon. The big question hanging over this historic hearing is, will any Republicans cross party lines to support the first black woman nominated to the highest court in the land? Judge Jackson's goal was to show the country she would be a fair and impartial member of the court.
And I have a record over the past decade. That's precisely how I've treated all of my cases. And I've been serving in the District of Columbia, both as a trial judge and as an appellate judge, and we see some of the most politically contentious issues. My record demonstrates my impartiality.
Supreme Court confirmation hearings have become more confrontational over the years. Senator Lindsey Graham used his time to question Jackson about her faith, seeming to raise objections to how Justice Amy Coney Barrett was treated during her hearings.
I am reluctant to talk about my faith in this way just because I want to be mindful of the need for the public to have confidence in my ability to separate out my personal views.
Well, how would you feel if a senator up here said, your faith, a dogma, lives loudly within you, and that's of concern? How would you feel if somebody up here on our side said, you know, you attend church too much for me, or your faith is a little bit different to me, and they would suggest that it would affect your decision? Would you find that offensive?
Senator,
I would if I were you. I found it offensive when they said it about Judge Barrett.
The hearings are in a brief recess right now. The judge has faced a wide variety of questions since the hearing started at 9 this morning. We'll, of course, have more key moments when you join us for Local 4 News at 5. The hearings, by the way, continue tomorrow. For now, we'll send it back to you, Karen.
All right. Thank you, Kim.
Sure.
Well, it looks like Russia and Ukraine are fighting toward a stalemate right now. Civilians are paying a terrifying price during a barrage of Russian attacks. Here's another look at the city of Mariupol. Ukraine refused to surrender that city yesterday, and now we are seeing new explosions at industrial buildings and factories. People running for their lives describe relentless bombardments and bodies lying in the streets. Ukrainians are also trying to fight off the Russians near Kyiv. Their forces claim they've retaken a strategic suburb which could slow Russia's efforts to surround the capital. President Biden says he worries if Russia's Vladimir Putin gets frustrated, he could escalate the war with chemical or biological weapons. The Pentagon says there's no sign of that kind of attack right now. Western experts say Russia's forces face serious shortages of food, fuel, and cold weather gear. Meantime, a Russian court has found Kremlin critic Alexei Navalny guilty of large-scale fraud. He's already behind bars and has now been sentenced to another 9 years in prison. Navalny was serving a 2.5-year sentence for parole violations on other charges he says were trumped up to hinder his political ambitions. He's been one of the most visible and vocal critics of Putin and recently urged Russians to oppose the war in Ukraine. Well, this was a big moment for one of the biggest hospitals in Metro Detroit. Henry Ford Health System says it's changing its name and its focus after learning some valuable lessons from COVID. Paula Tutman joins us live this afternoon from what's not Henry Ford Health to talk about the reasons behind the change. Paula.
Hey, Karen. Hi, everybody. Yeah, you know what? It does seem like it's a name change. But when you really take a look at what's in front of it or what preceded it, then you really understand why it had to happen. Despite a battering win just before 10 this morning, the new banner dropped, and just like that, Henry Ford Health System became Henry Ford Health.
Henry Ford saw its first patient on March 14th. On April 7th, we were at our high, which was about 900 patients across our system. And so in about 3 weeks, we went from 0 to 900.
Gone is the formal script writing and the blue oval to a more approachable logo, dropping the word system from the group of 5 hospitals and numerous health facilities.
And it's not just about just drop one name and just make it a little bit simpler. It really is about how do we connect.
Wright Lassiter III, the CEO of the new Henry Ford Health, reins in the still not dealt with feelings of those early days that informed the decision to lean forward and find more connected ways to deliver a different level of care.
I think about the amazing dynamism of our nursing staff, who, when we would not allow visitors, became the surrogate family members of dying patients.
There's a change in your face when you say certain things. Have you processed the emotion?
That's a great question. I think the short answer probably is no. And so it's our hope that this will be one of what multiple things that individuals will need to help begin restoring themselves from what has been a 2+ year period of drama.
The Mobile Integrated Health Unit sends a team of paramedics with advanced care into homes to keep patients out of emergency rooms.
We alive.
And then there is Darius Flowers.
Ain't no need to worry what the night is gonna bring.
The patient transporter.
Yeah, I was actually singing just to uplifting my spirits. And one day I remember looking at a patient and they were in tears.
He's encouraged to sing and sing louder when his own brand of care helped with some of the patient healing.
And he started singing and it just blessed my soul.
What does that do to you as a patient?
That makes me feel like, it makes me feel at home, and I'm not at home. And most people hate being in the hospital.
In the morning, may not.
Yeah, you know, those are just some of the things that make the hospital more user-friendly. Karen, I want to really encourage everyone to go to clickondetroit.com to watch the full uncut interview with Wright Lassiter. He really shares some interesting scuttle about those early days, including how he had to go to what he calls the gray market, not the black market, but something pretty close just to score supplies to get them through. That's on clickondetroit.com, but it really does explain why this name kind of came along with everything that they went through with COVID instead of because.
Always interesting to learn the backstory for sure. Thank you, Paula. Still ahead, first at 4, a Help Me Hank consumer alert, how a potential issue for some small SUVs could turn into a problem for other drivers sharing the road. And talk about being mad at your boss. These 2 men face charges accused of putting something very dangerous in their supervisor's coffee. Plus a truck driver's wild ride during a tornado. We have a closer look at these scary moments. Andrew will be updated in our forecast. Don't go away. We'll be right back.
Deadly